Hello everyone, welcome back to the Zen Lounge. In this video, I have an exciting update for you. We're going to be going over the Ripple party celebration news, and I'm also going to be talking about Stellar and XLM recent updates I've been meaning to publish for a very long time. So Brad Garlinghouse posted, as promised, it's time for the proper victory party. The last few years have been quite the journey for the XRP army, and I look forward to sharing a celebratory toast on September 29th in New York City. So Ripple posted a save the date, and the official details came out today. It's called Who's Ready for the Proper Party. Registrations are now open. It is completely free for anyone to attend. The Ripple hosted community celebration September 29th in New York City. Reserve your spot now. So you could actually reserve your spot for the proper party. I actually found out that proper party is a legal term, and you could celebrate with everybody from 7 p.m. to midnight. So RSVP, secure your spot. It's going to be at a sweet location in New York City, and everyone could finally, celebrate and be with like-minded people who understand, what everyone else has been through. And hopefully we get some price appreciation headed into the event, so there's even more reasons to celebrate. There has been this, rumor floating around that potentially we could see the XLS 30 proposal published to begin voting by the validators as soon as September 11th, 2023. So Panos has a lot of good research. I definitely recommend following this account if you're interested in XLS 30. But this account posted, it's currently released to be scheduled September 11th, 2023 to feature XLS 30. And that's the liquidity pools that everyone's really excited about because it allows you to have more utility for your XRP and XRPL based tokens and more functionalities for developers to come and also issuers. So it makes it easier for people to launch either a tokenized asset, a coin, whatever the heck they want to launch in the XRP ledger, and have automated market making basically function for them for their order books. And users that participate to these pools have an opportunity to earn commissions, earn basically a commission on this automated market maker. And here's a post. Huge opportunity also lies in the tokenization of real world assets such as treasuries and precious metals. We'll talk about treasuries on Stellar in a moment. But basically he's saying they could all be issued on the XRPL. And you could use XLS 30 to add liquidity on these assets on the XRPL. So lots of exciting things for XRP, XRPL community. And now we're going to shift gears to get into some Stellar XLM updates. There has been a lot of updates. This is kind of old news if you really pay attention, but some people come to this channel because they want to hear the news. And I haven't been around for a while. I've been super busy working on many different projects at the moment. The Stellar Development Foundation recently invested in MoneyGram International. This was August 15th, 2023. Danielle Dixon, if you actually pull up the MoneyGram official board of directors, they actually bought enough using Stellar's treasury to get themselves a seat on the board of directors. So they now have Stellar Foundation now has a seat on the board of MoneyGram. Stellar has been making tremendous growth. Where is this article? One of the things that are most exciting about Stellar at the moment is Stellar is now supported at over 322,000 places where people can convert the USDC that's built on Stellar blockchain into cash. So there's 322,000 on-ramps accepting Stellar. That's pretty huge. And now they have a seat on the board of MoneyGram. Stellar also has joined Bytecode Alliance to help develop EVM alternatives. Wasm WebAssembly is basically a standard for most of the Fortune 500 companies. Their developers code in WebAssembly. A lot of people use Rust, and Wasm is the key to onboard those people. There's only so many people that use EVM, that code in EVM. So once we have these alternatives in Wasm that are widely accepted and adopted, it allows all these mainstream corporations to come into blockchain. So Stellar joined the industry group developing Wasm, an alternative computation engine for running smart contracts. So the Stellar development partnered with and became members of Bytecode Alliance. Their goal is to shape the future and development of WebAssembly for blockchain developers, which is very, very important. Very important. So EVM is a virtual machine or competition engine used to execute smart contracts. It's used by most blockchain networks, including Ethereum, BNB, Avalanche. But a few networks use Wasm, including Polkadot and a bunch of other Cosmos. I believe XRPL hooks are in Wasm. So they chose Wasm. Stellar chose Wasm over EVM. So let's read about this. In April 2022, the Stellar developers chose Wasm as their computation engine. They argued that despite the popularity of EVM, its storage and execution models are expensive and challenging to parallelize, which gets in the way of scalability, making transactions more expensive. So they chose Wasm. Stellar also argued that Wasm was perfect for extremely adversarial environments like blockchains, as it originally developed for browser applications. This is another reason the team chose Wasm over EVM. But when you guys look at Bytecode, so I went and looked at Bytecode, and I was really impressed by the people that were affiliated with this nonprofit organization. It's made up of internet companies such as Amazon, Cisco, Intel, Microsoft, others. So there's huge people behind, and they said joining Bytecode was basically a no-brainer. If you go to Bytecode Alliance, it's a nonprofit organization dedicated to creating and secure new software foundations, building on standards such as WebAssembly. And the biggest companies, Intel, Mozilla, remember Danielle Dixon used to be part of Mozilla, Shopify, UC San Diego. So this is huge. And now Stellar is a part of this board. And Stellar continues to make big improvements. And remember that when XRP pumped, Stellar pumped right with it. So they seem to be very connected always. Stellar also is leading tokenization right now. There's lots of tokenized funds already launching on Stellar. Stellar becomes the first public blockchain to host a US registered fund. And this fund is Franklin. Franklin On-Chain, a US government money fund, which now has surpassed 270 million assets. So I actually found this website from Crypto Mason. So shout out to him, rwa.xyz, analytics on real world assets. If you launch their dashboard, they'll show you the amount of tokenized treasuries. And right now, Stellar is leading basically the tokenization of treasuries at the moment. So you could, on this website, you could view in real time tokenized treasury bonds and cash equivalents on underlying nuances between them. So right now, Stellar has $303 million issued on chain. Ethereum has 302 million in treasuries issued on chain. Polygon has 23.7 million issued on chain. And we could actually find the code and find it on the blockchain. So Franklin Templeton, Wisdom Tree Prime have treasuries or bonds issued on Stellar Network, which makes up to $303 million. So we could have some fun right now. I could click Franklin right here and see all the information, see the address. And I could pull up the Stellar expert and I could actually see all the activity that's happening on chain. And I think something's wrong with my internet connecting to this site right now. But if you guys go and experiment with this yourself, it'll take you to the Block Explorer and show you everything that's happening in real time. And these are actually funds launched now on Stellar. So I think that's pretty significant. That's one of the reasons I wanted to share with you guys. And there's also a bunch of, people launching Ethereum, very little on Polygon. But let's zoom out real quick. We're talking about $303 million. We're talking about what, $700 million total right now. That's a drop in the bucket. That's a grain of sand, in the world compared to how much money is going to be issued on these chains. Boston Financial Group was predicting $16 trillion to be issued on chain by the year like 2030. This is nothing. This is drops in the bucket. There's going to be trillions, maybe trillions and trillions, 16 trillion according to Boston Financial Group on chain. And we're only at 300 million right now, according to this analytics site. So this is the beginning of, one of the biggest transformation in finance since, I can't even think of anything comparable. Then when you talk about Stellar, there's something that everybody always, what's up with Jed McCaleb? There's something about this guy. How is he so connected? And this fool, like when you talk about like your CEO being well connected, your founder he's not the CEO of Stellar, he's the founder of Stellar. But he's also now the founder of a freaking space project called Vast. So when you think about Stellar, you're like, man, this Jed McCaleb guy, something's up with this guy, because now he's out here building spaceships, and he's targeted to launch no earlier than August 2025 a SpaceX Dragon vehicle. He's trying to launch a Dragon vehicle by 2025. He has huge goals, huge ambitions. And the Stellar is behind the scenes doing very cool. Doing very cool stuff. 322,000 on and off ramps. I know for one thing, when I go to grocery stores, when I go to Walgreens, those type of stores, there's a MoneyGram in there. And I look, and you could access Stellar network there at stores in my local area. But anyways, it's kind of funny because Ripple and Stellar, a lot of people say they're competing, and I made a video with both of them together. Anyways, so Jed McCaleb, founder of Stellar, he's now doing space stuff. Lots of big updates from Stellar Network, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm going to be back on YouTube. Got a bunch of stuff. We just launched our NFT collection that was airdropped to everybody. Kicking things back into gear. September is going to be, a good month no matter what happens, and I'm excited to be back. Remember, this video is not financial advice. This is information research only. Do your own research, do your own homework, explore, learn about Web3, and everybody, peace and good night.